Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report. The NXT Women's Champion Tatum Paxton is set to address the NXT Universe. Tatum Paxton, what does she have in store after winning the NXT Championship a couple of weeks ago? We'll talk about that coming up. As well as this, the Speed Championship is online. El Gran Americano defending the Speed Championship against first winner LFG Jasper Troy. Jasper Troy earned get that Speed title. We'll see coming up. Well, there's this. Tavion Heights goes down with Josh Bridge. Last week when Josh Bridge stuck his nose in Tavion's business, we'll see that. Speaking of sticking their nose in somebody's business, Ricky Saints defends the NXT Championship against bitter rival Freak Wills in a last man standing match. And plus, we get to this. John Cena will be defending his Intercontinental Championship on the final Raw for himself on his final Raw next week. Well, as this, we found out Mercedes Moné and Toni Storm are number 1, number 2 in the PWI Women's 250. Wow. And then with WWE Stars, we'll talk about it coming up. And we get the NXT Ring Report started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the NXT Ring Report. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us here on the NXT Ring Report. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe if you can. Tell a friend. Call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Let's get to it right here. Get to the nitty gritty right here, right now. As we get to this right here, Tatum Paxton gets herself right here. You see Tatum Paxton. Set to address the NXT Universe. Tatum Paxton did so tonight. We can see right here, Tatum Paxton did so tonight. And Tatum Paxton right here being confronted by JC Jane. Well, JC Jane wants her championship back, and Tatum Paxton wants to be a fighting champion and wants to give her the shot that she wants and the shot that she needs and stuff. Well, she didn't have to wait no longer than that, as Izzy Dane was trying to warn Tatum Paxton about not doing that, but Tatum Paxton wants to be stubborn and hard-headed and said, you know what, I want to be a fighting champion, and that's what she's going to do next week. Next week is going to happen. It's Tatum Paxton set to defend her women's title against former champion JC Jane that she defeated. They'll be the first week of the Gold Rush tournament in New York City. So Tatum Paxton will have her crew as well. JC Jane will have her crew, and we'll see which one of these two ladies will battle it out for the NXT Women's title. Looking forward to seeing that match. That's going to be a good standing match with JC Jane. Better beware of Tatum Paxton. Tatum Paxton looks like she's you might want to discredit her, but she'll bring something new to the table. I can tell you that right now. Well, speaking of that, Solo Roca and Zarya still having their problems. Solo Roca feels like Zarya, by what went down, Solo Roca looks like she just wants to get this over with. I can tell they're going to be feuding to each other. I don't know who's going to turn on who. It looks likely Solo Roca. It might be Zarya turn on Solo Roca. It might be. You ask me. Between these women, and we'll see how this is going to go. But you can tell right now, Zarya and Solo Roca really going to throw down. But we know next week who's going to advance. Like it was supposed to be Fallon Henry versus Skylar. Fallon Henry did go against Skylar. Skylar, Ray, she's the new winner of the LIG Season 2. She tried to win, but just wasn't enough. And Skylar lost to Fallon Henry. Fallon Henry gets the spot. Fallon Henry will meet Zarya for the Speed Women's Championship. And that will happen on week 2 in 2 weeks. Was for the Women's Speed Championship. Zarya taking on Fallon Henry for the Speed Championship. Looking forward to seeing that between these two women battling out. So good luck to them on that. Is Blake Monroe going nuts or going crazy, or she's having a split personality? Blake Monroe sitting down with herself. Yeah, she's a Sour Patch Kid, sweet and sour. Blake Monroe with the bad side and her good side. I think she's got a split personality coming out. I think we're seeing that the women's North American champion had a sit down interview with herself, which it was kind of weird and crazy all along. But Blake Monroe wants to let it be known that she's crazy. When we get it, we get it all right. Well, speaking of that, well, you see, Alba Fire went against Tia Hill and she lost. Joe Henry spreading the power of positivity. We know that Joe Henry could be signed with NXT as of late and stuff. Joe Henry teaching Tia Hill under his tutelage and what's going on. So Joe Henry getting her getting Tia Hill into the fray. Well, El Calvin Americano defending the speed title against Jasper Troy. And Jasper Troy won. Jasper Troy winning his first singles championship, winning the speed championship. I guess Jasper Troy's gonna be even more anxious and more crazy than belief. Jasper Troy finally done it and did it by winning the speed championship, and he's done it. And look at him, happier as a blade. He won the LFG championship, was a compliment. Now he wins his first singles gold, the speed championship. Who's gonna stop him under 3 minutes? I don't guess nobody, because he's really that he's gonna have a lot of championship defenses and stuff. That speed title, the speed title under 3 minutes. So it's gonna be that coming forward. Well, we know this right here. I told you last week, Javon Evans and I forgot that dude's name. Um, well, if you know who his name is, let me know. But they I forgot that dude's name. Leon Spence, yeah, Spence. Yeah, they knew they were gonna make a tag team. I guess NXT listened to my prayers, my call, and they're gonna get a shot at the tag team championships next week against Dark State. Dark State thought they had them cornered. Leon Sprakes came out there and made sure that wasn't the case. You see, Leon Sprakes and Javon Evans really they're kind of like brothers to me, but they could be being tag team champions. I could see that. If Dark State was saying that the Hardy Boys uh, didn't get the job done for them, and now they're gonna get the job done for the Hardy Boys. Leon Sprakes and Javon Evans should make an easy win and become tag team champions next week. I can see that being a possibility. So we look forward to see them two high flyers from NXT and TNA defeat Dark State to become tag champs. We got Sean Evans will get a shot of the Evolve Championship. I think they're trying to showcase everything around. So Sean Evans will get a shot at the Evolve title next week, and he'll take on the champion. Got his name. Sean Evans looking forward to get his baby back. The Evolve Championship. I think Evolve being on Tubi and stuff. So hey, we'll see how that's going to go. As well as this, Tavion Heights was in action. Tavion Heights defeated Josh Bridges tonight. Tavion Heights taking the new heights tonight, defeating Josh Bridges, getting his measure of revenge on Josh Bridges tonight. And Josh Bridges, and then see it coming tonight. Josh Bridges losing as he did tonight as well. So good for Tavion with that. Speaking of that, last man standing. Ricky Saints defending the NXT Championship against Bill Rival, Trick Williams on a last man standing match. See right here. This was a brawl right here. Ricky Saints took it to Trick Williams. Trick Williams took it to Ricky Saints in a brutal last man standing match. They even went through the table right here. Went through the table. Ricky Saints crashing his body, putting his body at Spence until Ricky Saints got back up and Trick Williams couldn't get up. And Trick Williams lost. And Trick Williams went down from the count of 10. Trick Williams didn't win the NXT Championship. I think Trick Williams from the head to the main roster with his boot thing, Last Legend. They're going to the main round. They're gonna be on SmackDown. I can tell Trick Williams going on SmackDown. You can just tell, how that's gonna be. But guess who returning? Oba Femi returning. And Oba Femi wants his gold back. But now Ricky Saints thought he was done with Oba Femi. Guess not. Ricky Saints gonna have a new feud with Oba Femi. And Ricky Saints better watch his back because Oba Femi looks like the ruler is coming back to get the championship that he lost to Ricky Saints. To right that wrong, we'll see how that's gonna go as well. All right, that ends the NXT Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. So we're gonna move from the NXT Ring Report to Wrestling Hot Topics. Wrestling Hot Topics. We want to talk about this. Mercedes Moné and Tony Storm, two of AEW big stars, both women went against each other this past summer's Grand Slam. Mercedes didn't unsuccessful win the women's championship. Tony Storm kept on holding it until she lost it to Chris Stanlander, and now Chris Stanlander could be a placeholder for Mercedes to win her a new belt, the women's championship, which I think could be coming her way. So, but this is the list right here, dedicated from Fightful right here. This is the list: Mercedes Moné number one, Tony Storm number two, Sat Kelma, I don't want to botch it. Number three, Tiffany Stratton. Number four, Stephanie Vicure. Number five, um, this is the top. Io Sky, number six. Athena, number seven. Cherie, number eight. Naomi, number nine. Rhea Ripley, number 10. So we seeing a lot of this right here. The women's PWI list. So Mercedes Moné and Tony Storm win and stuff like that, win with the ballot. So congratulations to all these 10 women who putting themselves in there. Let's look at that list one more time. From WWE right here, Rhea Ripley, Naomi, Io Sky, Stephanie Vicura and Tiffany Stratton. It was like 5 women and from AEW, Mercedes Moné, Tony Storm, Athena, who's the AEW Ring of Honor. There's 3. I mean, that's impressive to say the least. But we didn't see Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss didn't make the cut. If the former women's tag team champions did this post right here for the run for the women's tag team championship. But speaking of Charlotte ex-husband, Andrade, I'm saying Andrade walked out, did a complete no-show for a wrestling event in Mexico. Andrade still involved in something with WWE about the no complete clause was going on when Andrade showed up on AEW and violated his non-compete. So what's going on with that? Tell you right now. Also, too, The Miz took note to thank John Cena, saying, "You took long enough. You finally did it. Grand Slam champ, congrats. But here's the thing: one time made prestige. His tournament, not just because win gold and restoring the legacy." Miz versus Cena. John Cena celebrating his win from last night, becoming the Intercontinental Championship, becoming a Grand Slam champion, and win the Intercontinental Championship. This is a picture with him and Becky Lynch. John Cena finally did it. And also, too, you want to look back in the archive right here, the Raw Ring Report, when John Cena made history. We got highlights. I talk about the highlights on what went down and Cena making the moment of his, and what a Grand Slam moment it was tonight as well. Also, too, we hearing about this. Paul Heyman. Someone said Paul Heyman and Carmelo Hayes ain't getting along. Carmelo Hayes shut down those rumors, saying they don't know what they're talking about. That Carmelo was supposed to be in the division, but Paul Heyman didn't see it. But Carmelo quickly shot that down as well. And speaking of that, today is Veterans Day, and some of your favorite wrestlers from all federal AEW, WWE, and some living, alive, and deceased as well, and not inactive. And a list of others, like we see Bobby Lashley knew Bobby Lashley was in the military, as well as Freddie Blassie, Randy Orton, Raven, Road Dogg, um, a lot of people. Perry Saturn was in there. Kevin Nash, Paul Bear, Montez Ford, a host of other, a lot. Ashanti Adonis, a lot of people served in the military. We want to tell from all military personnel, foreign living or no longer with us, that we honor you. We, we thank you for your service and your commitment. We thank you for everything you have done for this nation and stuff. And you won't never be forgotten or foreshadowed. I tell you that right now. So happy Veterans Day here on the Pro Wrestling Show for the veterans and stuff, including the wrestlers as well as people that who not wrestlers that served in the military as well. Congratulations. Uh, Happy Veterans Day. All right. We're gonna do it here on the Pro Wrestling Show with Ricky Saints. Retained his NXT Championship over Trick Williams to get the victory. I've been your host, Kendra Dix, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the AEW Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show.